Hi from your Etgar weekly Rashi Shavua. I'm Jess.
I'm Caroline.
And we're going to update you on our week. So, weekend was pretty normal, like just chilled, didn't really do much. Saturday night we had to go to bed early and pack because on Sunday we were up at 6 to do our first Tiyul as Etgar Nof. Yeah. So yeah, woke up really early, had a 2-hour nap on the coach, which was good. Got to the place. I don't actually know where it was. Somewhere in the south.
It was somewhere in the south in the desert. It was near Dimona.
Okay. And our first day was really good. We did 17 kilometers. We had a nice easy pace. There were some climbing up and down, but it was more
It was pretty good day.
Yeah.
It's the easiest day.
Yeah, probably. It was more not walking, more actually climbing up and down in the desert, and then lots of flat, which was nice. And then got to camp, had dinner, sat around a campfire, had a bit of a sing-song, and then some people slept outside under the stars, and some of us slept in tents.
It was very cold sleeping outside of the tent, but it was a nice experience.
Yeah, to look at the stars. And then day 2.
We went similar to the first day. It was a little bit shorter, so that was nice, but it was a similar
16.
Flat path, and yeah, the first 2 days were pretty similar. That night again we slept outside in the tents. We had a little program with Danit and Adi, who are the Etgar Madrihim, about some thoughts they had before Etgar started, about how we should be challenging ourselves and pushing the boundaries, and that was really interesting and sparked a lot of good conversations, I think.
Yeah, everyone again was really exhausted. Some people had really bad blisters.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Adam, Liat and Tilda had to go home because they all had injuries that needed to be checked out and rested, and so it wasn't good for them to stay, so that was sad. Day 3 was a little bit harder. It was shorter, it was only 14 kilometers, but it was harder. We walked to the edge of a crater.
There are a few more up and downs, steeper uphills, which was a bit hard.
Yeah.
And there were a few less people because there are about 5 people at this point who were too injured to do the hike.
Yeah, so massive blisters, huge blisters. So we walked to the edge of the crater and then walked down into the crater, which was really cool. It was hard on your knees and your back because you're walking downhill.
That was just straight down,
a bit it was. In England, you probably wouldn't have been allowed to do it because of health and safety.
Same in Australia.
Yeah.
There were no ropes.
No ropes, no nothing. Just hold on to this rock if you manage to fall in that direction. But other than that, good luck.
But we all made it. It was fun.
Yeah, it was no one had any serious injuries because of it. It was really cool. Got to the bottom of the crater, walked through the crater, ended up walking past different coloured sands. There was bright purple sand, bright red, bright yellow. It was really cool.
It was called Devil's Gate, and there was some biblical story about the devil being there, and so all the sand is different colours, but it was really pretty.
Yeah, it was really cool. And then we walked through Devil's Gate, which is basically so the crater used to be a mountain, and then because of all the water, it ended up becoming an indent, and the water all used to exit through a archway, and then however many millions of years ago the archway collapsed into a V shape, so we walked through there. And then that night we camped, so that was yesterday, and we camped on top of a hill, so it was really windy, the tents were blowing over, we were inside the tents and they were falling on us, which was really funny.
And there were some yeshiva boys camping on the other side of us. There were so many of them, just boys, and they were having this huge party. They had speakers and lights.
Yeah.
All night. It was so weird.
Yeah, it's really funny because
it was really fun.
It gets dark and you're cold, and you've had dinner and you're like, oh, it must be like 10 o'clock, and then last night it was like 6:30 and we were all ready to sleep because we were so exhausted, because we get up at 6 every morning and pack the tents away so that we're not
That's when
walking.
the sun comes up.
Yeah, and so we're not walking in like the heat of the day, because at like 2 o'clock, although it's only like 20 degrees, because the sun's so bright, like you feel so hot and so exhausted.
In the shade it's so cold and you're like freezing and need a jumper, and then as soon as you're in the sun,
yeah,
so hot.
it's so funny. So that was day 3 of the Tiyul.
And then this morning we got up. It was only a short hike because we were leaving. It was only 10 kilometers, but we had to walk out of the crater.
So we moved location because battery and stuff. So yeah, so that was day 3.
So day 4 we were at the bottom of the crater, and so we had to climb back out of the crater. We were only doing a 10-kilometer hike, and it was only 1 kilometer to get out of the crater, but it was like the steepness was like a 4:5 ratio, so it was very steep hike. It was
like
pretty
rock
much
climbing.
just rock climbing, and yeah, it was really hard. We had lots of breaks, and we had like a long break in the middle to have some coffee and things. But when we got to the top, it was like so rewarding. We could like see where we had been and or where we had walked.
Massive sense of accomplishment.
Yeah, it was really great. Even though that was like the hardest bit of the Tiyul, climbing up that big mountain. And then yeah, it was just like a 1 kilometer walk to the bus, and we were so happy when we saw the bus. And it was a couple hours back to the flat, and we're all very happy to be back here. We were very dirty and tired and probably very smelly.
Yeah.
And the people who had come back earlier had made us cookies, which were really lovely, and they were really happy to see us, so that was nice.
Yeah, we wanted to say thank you to Iran, our security guard, and Adiel, our medic, for the moral support and the blister support, and like providing lots of like banter and stuff. And massive thank you to Guy, who is like our Tiyul coordinator, who does the hikes with us, figures out where we're gonna go, because the Tiyul was really amazing. It was definitely a big bonding moment for our kfutzah.
Yeah.
It was just so peaceful, like all spending like so much time together. I mean, we do anyway, but there was just something about the hike. It was great. A really, really good week in general.
Yeah, it's a really great week. Made us appreciate what we have in normal Etgar.
Yeah.
And great bonding and really fun time.
Really good time. Yes, that was our week.
That's it. Hope you enjoyed our weekly update.
Thanks. Bye.